Hello, everyone. Incredible greetings. Hello. It's another beautiful day in this creative world. And, I was just singing Energy. And the guy on TikTok, not on YouTube, that's always doing like little snippets of dances, just got a notification. I was literally just singing Energy and doing the whole mute thing because it's been stuck in my head, with the whole Renaissance concert. And then it popped up. It's kind of crazy. All right. So let's see. I keep forgetting you can't do that from the computer. You can only do that from your phone. I was trying to do the highlights and friends things, but you can only do that from your phone. So, yeah. Alrighty, let's go in over here and we're just going to go at everyone. At everyone. Hey, Chef Isaac, how art thou? How are you doing, my love? The celebrity chef extraordinaire. Do you consider yourself to be a celebrity chef now? Do you call yourself that? Because I think you should. I think you have enough celebrities that you have cooked for that I think you should call yourself. Like, if you don't refer to yourself as a celebrity chef, I really think you should. You have celebrity clientele. All righty. Okay, so let's go live over here. Yes, I've graduated to celebrity chef. Yes. I am here for it. I am here for it all. Yes, honey. That is a badge of honor, child. Celebrity chef. I like being able to say that I know a celebrity chef. I like that. I like that for me. I like it for you to be called a celebrity chef. But see, I like that for me too, to be like, I know a celebrity chef. So yeah. I feel like that's a flex for me because I think your work is like dope. Actually, you came up from me sharing your stuff. I want to say, I don't know if it was the lobsters or it was something. And it was actually in my memories yesterday when you were doing like lives and stuff like that. Was it lives or was the picture? I think it was a live. But I actually had shared something out of yours and it was in my memories yesterday. So, but hello, everyone. Incredible greetings. Finally making a live. Well, welcome. Glad you can join us. I always like it when it's like I feel like whenever you guys tell me that, oh wow, I finally caught you live, like I'm off, I can enjoy and take it all in. That lets me know that I did a live right at the right moment. Maybe it was just for you. You couldn't catch me, you had a question, and now I'm here. So I love it when I see those comments that I finally get to catch a live, or I'm finally catching you live and my first time. I love those. I love those. I love my people who are always on, very consistent with being on the live videos. And every time you click, like you have more opportunities to actually click on and be a part of the live and engage. But it's just some about those ones where it's like they catch me right on time. So hello, and welcome in. Incredible greetings. And I know that's probably Chef, but hello. Love you too. Hello from GA. Actually, just dropped my sister off at the airport to go back to GA. Incredible greetings. Hello, hello. How art thou? Hey, neighbor. Hello to everyone over here. How are you guys doing over on Tiki Talk, 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 Talk? All right, so let's go ahead and hello. Thank you guys for jumping on. Hey. If you're in the group, you have to scroll all the way down and give it permission to show your name. Otherwise, it just says Facebook user, but I saw Chef because I was actually in the group tagging everything out. Kenyatta's Customs. Hello, how art thou? So let's go ahead and get started. I am Shakia, the professor of HSINK365. We are the home of the Honestly Speaking brand of products. We carry the absolute best, which I had it here before, and I meant to leave it up so that I can grab it, and I forgot. So let me do that. Which, where did it go? Okay, here it is. Woo! Boom, there we go. Honestly Speaking, so we carry the best summation. Ooh, is my heat press still on? Hold on, y'all. Let's see. Maybe by the end of this, I'll do a little demo. Oh, it's not on. I turned it off. Oh, shucks. Because, I did have my shirts here earlier. I was talking on a live earlier about someone who said they was only doing sublimation for tumblers and they were interested in doing shirts. And so my suggestion to them was don't even worry about trying to find like wholesale shirts or the best shirts. Like you can literally go to Walmart. These are the No Boundary brand. It's in the junior section. And they are 92% polyester. And yes, you can sublimate 2 colors. So I was going to do one of these earlier, but I didn't. But yeah, you can, if you're just starting, don't worry about trying to find the best prices or the best brand and all that. Just learn how to sublimate shirts. And you can do that with shirts from Walmart, Target, any of those places. And those, like I said, those are the No Boundary shirts. So they work well. I actually love them. I love the feel of them. I love the V cut on them. So if you're just wanting to make something for yourself, some type of inspirational shirt, motivational shirt, or something for your business, that's a great place to go get shirts from. Like right now, I know for us in Florida, every city, state has different things out because of your weather. So I don't know if those kind, like they have a lot of that particular style out anymore. We have a lot of like the little tank tops and things like that, whether it's the rigid ones, the smooth ones, but No Boundaries, pretty much that whole line, like those types of shirts are high polyester count and they feel amazing. Like they don't feel like your traditional polyester. Like they're nice. So you can check out No Boundaries. But anywho, we are the home of the Honestly Speaking brand of products. We carry, like I said, sublimation paper, sublimation ink. We have pigment ink for just stickers and things of that nature. We also teach classes over on 365 Creative Academy. So if you are looking to expand and get detailed, structured information and teachings on anything from sublimation to designing, to business, to pricing, party favors, sublimation, like we have a little bit of a little bit of everything. Memorial designs, text effects. That's one of our top classes. If you want to know how to make your own SVGs, we have a class that, we really focus on that, understanding the different techniques and things like that to create your own SVGs. A lot of classes, so check that out on our website, shop.hsink365.com. Earlier today, I was over on TikTok for a while, and someone asked about Sawgrass printer, and we were doing mouse pads. So this template, I don't know if it's on my website. I need to probably put this template by itself on the website. I know it's in the vault. It's for a mouse pad, but it's like the whole composition. This one doesn't have the traditional composition notebook on it, but it is set up where you can just change it out, change the colors and stuff like that. So we do have this template. I'll probably put it a la carte on our website, but it is in the template vault if you have it. But yeah, today is just talking about graphic designing softwares. I got a question today or inquiry today about whether or not I do do I do one-on-one classes or group classes, or is everything pre-recorded? And she mentioned wanting to learn Photoshop. And so I'm always asking the question when someone says, well, I mean, I'm used to using Cricut Design Space or Silhouette Studio or Canva, and they say they want to learn Photoshop. I ask the question, what is it about Photoshop where you want to learn that you feel like you would be able to do there that you can't do in other software? Now, there are some things, but if you don't know what those things are, you may end up like Canva may work for you. For some people, they don't have a desire to really take advantage of the tools and features of Photoshop, and they don't really need that. Like, they can create some amazing things with what's available to them in Canva. Cricut Design Space, not so much, because you can't take it outside of that. So if you're looking to create things that can live outside of the program that it's designed in, Cricut Design Space is just definitely not that, because you can't save it as a SVG or PNG or JPEG or anything like that. Now, if they end up having that feature, they're gonna they're gonna be a step ahead in some areas compared to some of their actual competitors. They'll never compete with commercial software, but if they have that option, they're gonna give a couple people a run for their money. But something like Canva, or if, let's say, you were using Silhouette Studio and it's like, okay, well, I think I need to learn how to use Photoshop. Well, why? I'm going to always ask that question, why? Because I want you to understand what you need that for. That way you focus on learning those things. If you are already very proficient in like bringing in photos, or if you already know how to arrange text, you know how to choose the right font, having something like Photoshop isn't going to help you with choosing the right font. So if you're at a stage in your designing where you struggle with selecting fonts, you're like, nothing looks good, I can't find the right one, it doesn't matter if you have Photoshop, Affinity, Corel Draw, Inkscape. It just doesn't matter. Like, you have to go back to the basics, and you can use things like Canva or Silhouette Studio to figure that out. If all you really are looking to do is just kind of layer things and arrange them, Photoshop would be overkill. Now, if you're looking to change colors, adjust blend modes, and things like that, fade stuff off, create templates that you can easily just like, is it something that you're going to do all the time? You need to be able to change a name out really quickly, but have it keep the same style. Those are reasons to want to invest in learning, as well as paying for Photoshop and things of that nature. But just to kind of take someone's picture and put it there and put some type of text or put a background on it, Photoshop really would be overkill. So we're just going to talk a little bit about the different softwares and how they can be beneficial to you, what offers what, and maybe help you make an educated, like a well-informed decision on which program you want to learn. You're going to invest time and resources into learning. Okay. And this is always an open Q&A, open discussion. So if you have a specific question, I welcome them, guys. I'm always asking questions of you and asking you to post your questions, because I don't know what you need. I've been doing graphic designing for 20 years. So I don't always think like a beginner or someone who's just getting into it to really know what's valuable for you guys. The resources and how designs were done, and even just the tools and functions of Photoshop, they're totally different from when I was introduced to it to what's available now. Like, now there's this whole component of AI in Photoshop where you can select an area where we used to, mask it off, whether it's cloning or using content aware fill, and like removing that. And then you have to layer it and create layers and brush stuff. Now you can go and say, okay, in this section, put X, Y, and Z there, and it's going to put it behind the person. It's already going to have that AI now has made Photoshop just a whole nother freaking beast. So because of that, I don't always know what it is that you guys need because I'm not on a beginner level. So I welcome your questions so that I can help you get the information that you need. Okay. Miss Bling Everything, how art thou? Welcome in. Hello, hello, hello. And if you have 1,000 on over here and you would like to come, as they say, in the box and maybe verbalize your question, you can do that. And it was also suggested to me just for you guys, if there is someone who would like to come on to the live video, maybe to share your screen and get hands-on help. If you can always, let me know that you're available. You would like to come on to the stream, and you can I'll have you email us or inbox me and I can send you the stream link and you can come on to the live with us and we can do kind of a live tutorial or Q&A, like in real time. You can talk to me. Okay. I need a simple app to design my own SVGs. Okay. Silhouette Studio is great for that. Wait, pause. Let me back up. Are you looking for a design software, design program, or are you looking for an app? Most times when someone says they're looking for an app, that lets me know that you're trying to do the majority of your designing on some type of mobile device, because that's where apps live. So you want to be able to use your tablet or your iPad. And if that's the case, I don't really have a lot of options as far as apps. But if you are wanting to design on a computer with a mouse or with a drawing tablet, I got you there. Okay. Hello. Oh, okay. All my local people. Hey, I just left from Fort Lauderdale. Just left from the airport. Hey, how you doing? Let's see. Hello. I was thinking about you today while doing a manual trace. Really? How did it come out? Why don't you guys share these things with me in the group when you do a manual trace, you complete? Like, I want to celebrate with you. If you don't want to post in the group, I mean, I don't really answer questions out in the inbox anymore, but you can celebrate your design wins with me in my inbox and send that to me if you don't want to post in the group. But I want to celebrate with y'all. Or since you're on YouTube, if you want to email it to me, we are all for celebrating design wins. Okay. Oh, that's not what that says, but that's how I read it. Oh, I didn't do that time. Oh, okay, Sissy. I don't know which one of my sisters that is, but hey, I don't know which one of my sisters that is. Actually, it can't be the one that because I just dropped her off. She's probably on somebody's plane, so it has to be my sister Keisha. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. All right. So, like I said, we're going to discuss design softwares. Let me know what it is that you're trying to design, and I could recommend a software for you and tell you how that software is going to be, what's going to be best for you. So, like over here, she wants to be able to create her own SVG designs. So now my question to you is, when you think of SVG designs, what is coming to mind? Like, is it, I mean, even just, don't mind, this is the bad one. Like the arrangement of words, is it shapes? Is it, I forgot this was in here. When you think of SVG, like technically this right here with just all these shapes in this background is an SVG. And then you have people who want to create faces and bodies. And, now we're in football season. All of the images with the ladies with the hips and stuff like that. And they're going to, with holding the football and the Betty Boop and putting her in all the different team colors, like that's about to take over every craft group there is. We're about to see the same images over and over and over again with different NFL teams on it. It's like they come out more for football than they do like baseball, hot. There's like, you don't really see like with people doing all that kind of stuff like hockey, baseball, basketball, yeah, somewhat, but it's just something about like all of those different images that just come out of the woodworks for football season. It's crazy. It's absolutely bananas how much of that stuff comes out during this time. Okay, so if you are someone who wants to create like the bodies and images and things like that, you really do have to have an artistic, like you have to have that artistic component, meaning you are somebody that naturally draws and you know how to draw eyes. Only other way that you can kind of get around that is if you purchase like a pack that had different shapes of eyes, different noses, different mouths, different ears, different contours, like different shapes, and you're just going to plug and play, and you're going to maybe get another pack that has a bunch of hairs to it, and you can do that part, like put different hairstyles. So that's a way where you're just kind of the person to Frankenstein it and put it all together, but you would not know how to draw an eyeball and make it look like an eyeball, draw a nose and make it look like a nose, a mouth, and things like that. How to draw someone's body to make them look like they're standing, they're sitting, their hands on their hips, their hands are crossed. That requires you to be an artist. And then you're basically either drawing it out digitally, and you know how to draw it out digitally to where you can trace it in a vector software, or you're going to draw it out manual, like with a pen and paper or pencil and paper, go over your line, scan it in, trace it and stuff like that. Those, when you're seeing those are people who really can like draw. Now, if you want to create your own SVG of words, because words are SVG, like once you type them out and you are in a software that allows you to type out, this whole thing technically is an SVG. The way that the white thing, like, because I'll show you what I mean. I can change the colors of all of this. I can change, just click on it and change the color of the professor taught me. So because I can just click on that and simply change it by hitting the fill color, I don't have to do a color overlay. This is vectorized. This is a vector image. It can be saved to be a JPEG or a PNG. Something like this, if you're looking to create anything like this, Photoshop can be overkill. You can do this in Silhouette Studio. I teach Silhouette Studio, so it's free. You don't have to have a machine in order to use it, because it is the software that you would use if you have a Cameo cutting machine or portrait, but it's a pretty decent standalone graphic designing software. So you just go to silhouetteamerica.com and you download it, and you can start designing today. You can pull in shapes. You can take items, like let's say right now you go and take a picture of an apple in your kitchen. You can take that picture, save it, send it to yourself, upload it to Silhouette Studio, and you can use tracing, or you can use edit points to manually trace that and create that shape. And now that becomes a vector image. SVG simply means scalable vector graphic. That is a file extension. That's not a type of design. It's a file extension saying that, hey, this is a vector. This is the simplest form of vector. If you can open up in certain programs and you can easily click on sections and just change it. You can click on it and modify it by moving nodes. That's what vector is. That's what SVG is. So you can do that right now. Like right now, you download it. I can help you create your first SVG right now. She says, go Lions. All right, so let me come over here because I was going to show you guys this. Let's go over to okay. I am not a big fan of Affinity. I do have it on my computer. I'm not sure if it's because I'm a little biased because I'm an Adobe girl and Corel Draw. So I originally learned Adobe, Photoshop, Illustrator, things like that. And when I had to buy it myself, look, I was a struggling airman. I could not afford uh, Photoshop back then because you didn't have the subscription base like you have now. It was buying that ish straight out, and it was a couple thousand bucks. I couldn't afford that back in the day. And I end up getting Corel Draw, which is the equivalent of Illustrator. So I got that, and I learned to work that program and utilize that as a poor airman in the Air Force. And I like that software. Once Affinity came out, when I'm comparing what I know, and then eventually I was able to get Illustrator. So from what I know from Adobe, and then even with Corel Draw, Affinity just never did it for me. Those who are just being introduced to it, you may not see anything wrong with the interface, but I've seen better. So it's really hard for me to get into Affinity. I tried. I purchased both of them, Affinity Photo and Designer. I just can't get into it. So you're not late. We are just barely starting. I actually was thinking about you and the question that you posted in the group. Did you finally get it all removed? I know that someone did it for you and they removed it, but were you able to do it yourself? I know you said that you couldn't get the edit points to move smoothly. So I'm not sure if you looked at it to see if you had snap to grid selected, because that will affect how everything moves when you're moving it around and snap to grid is selected. Hey, 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 how art thou? How are you, Yvette? Thank you so much for joining us. All right, let's go present, share screen, entire screen, add it to the stream, and let's flip you guys around. Woo! Okay, so this right here, we're going to ungroup. I did not create this one. I did purchase it, but it is an SVG. And what makes this it was an SVG file, which just means vector. What makes it vector is I can ungroup this, and it's not like on Photoshop, everything has this different layer and you have to click on that. So with this, like, it's all pretty much on one. But even though they're all on one layer, they're all individual pieces, and I can click on any part of this and change it. And so this was actually grouped together. So everything changed. They made it to where the stem was green. They have this way up here because they wanted it to kind of follow the heart, the shape of the heart. But if I wanted to move that with a vector file, you are able to ungroup it. Well, it should be grouped because it's two different colors. So ungroup it. I can take this and make it brown, right? I could move these in closer to where it looks like an actual apple. I could adjust the size of the leaf or maybe rotate it and just kind of take a step back, take a look at it to see if it still has that heart shape. If it doesn't, I can select all of this, maybe move it up to where it's more of that heart shape. Maybe I would need to make my apple a little bit bigger. So this is a vector file. This is something that would be easy to create your own version of. You can do it just by looking at an apple and creating the shapes, or you can bring in an apple. We taught this in my 7-day vector challenge. I showed them pictures of apples and how to trace them manually, how to trace them with the trace feature, to take what looks like a real apple and vectorize it. And once it's vectorized, you are able to save that as an SVG. So here, all parts of this, well, let's ungroup it. I didn't mean to. Okay, so see, everything changed. So I'm going to undo. And I would be able to change all, like if I didn't want it to be a yellow pencil, I wanted it to be a purple pencil, I wanted it to match, school colors or whatever. We know pencils come in different colors. If I wanted to take this and make it pink, if I wanted to fill that in with a pattern, glitter, a background, like I'm able to do that because it is vector. It is quote unquote an SVG. All right. Well, it's what you guys think of as an SVG, but it just means that it's a vector. This is not technically an SVG just because I can click on things. An SVG is the file format. Now, this one is not an SVG. The words can be saved as an SVG because it's just text that can be vectorized. All of these other parts are bitmaps. They were already JPEGs or PNGs. They are flattened images. They have shading. They have transparent pixels. That the chalkboard part cannot be an SVG. Now, you can create this design. A lot of people will say, well, I want to be able to create my own SVGs because we think that it's the creme de la creme of designs, because with vector, you can scale it as big or as small as you want, and it will not distort. You won't lose, like it won't affect the resolution. Whereas with JPEGs and PNGs, they will. But what some of you guys are really wanting is just to create your own files. And when you're creating a file like this particular mouse pad design is not an SVG. The outline is vector. The template that I'm going to crop that to is vector. But I cannot go to File, Save As, and save this one as an SVG because the paper is not vectorized. You can see all of the different shadings and shadows and things like that. So some people want to be able to create this themselves. How do I go and take a piece of, this is all separate elements. We're gonna, oh, did I already flatten this out? Yeah, okay, so I already flattened it out. But this was a separate chalkboard. It was the paper on here, and I put them together and then saved it as a JPEG file, and then I'm able to crop it down. My composition notebooks, however, these are vector. I can take the strip and make that whatever color I want. I can take the little speckles and I can make that whatever color I want. I can make the background whatever color I want. That is a vector file. This was taking a real composition notebook and tracing basically the white and black and separating those to get all of the little speckles. And then I end up, duplicating them, doing some other stuff and resizing them. And for the background and for the strip, I just use shapes to create that. So I had to use a real composition notebook to get the speckle part of it. And see, that's what this is. So this is vector, because if I, actually, no, this is the picture one. So this one is not. So if I were to fill this in with color, the whole thing goes solid. But it is, if you're trying to create, you want to use it to, let's say, make now a tumbler. Although you won't be able to change the color of the speckles like you can with the rest of them, it's still beneficial because when you crop it down, it's just one solid one. When you crop down a vector that has all of those moving parts, it can bog down your system. Like, you got to know what you're doing. So I created this where somebody could create anything as a custom composition notebook, but this is the PNG. So that one is not a vector. You can't customize that. Unlike these, where I can go in and you saw that one there. Oh, wait, you can't see it. Hold on. TikTok can't see it. So see, I can change that color. I can click on the parts of the center part for the composition book. Okay, now come on now. I think I have too much stuff open. It might shut down on me. I'm going to ungroup that. And if I wanted to change the outline, I can. So these are things that I did right in Silhouette Studio. To create like this outline, we are going to go to a rounded rectangle. And I'm going to, actually, no, how did I do this one? Actually, yeah, it is like that. No, how did I do this one? Oh, there it is. I was trying to shift them all and it's just one side. So there we go, like that. So I'm going to round that off. I'm going to bring this down. There we go. I was bugging on that one. Bring it in some. And then I can use like offset to make it sharper, or I can use my edit points. And I'm just going to leave this one kind of, come on. Just like that. And then I'm going to convert to path. I'm going to do an internal offset, bring that in some, apply, do another internal offset, bring that in some, and select the two. I'm going to fill it all with color so you can see. Okay, so we see the outside is green. This is the teal, and I'm going to make that one purple, right? But if I go and hold down shift and click on this middle one and I make it a compound path, we're going to see that green show through now. And this is the outline. So that's how something like this is made. You can't do that. I mean, you can do it, but not quite do it like that in something like Photoshop. Like Photoshop, if this is the type of stuff that you desire to create, Photoshop becomes overkill because you cannot create vectors in, well, I'm not going to say that because you can, because now you can save as an SVG, but it has to be a shape or text whenever you are trying to make a vector in Photoshop. But now they do have it where you can export it as an SVG, but it's only for things that are in shapes. If it has been rasterized, you cannot save it as an SVG. Once it's been rasterized, it has to still be in shape format or text format. But yeah, so that's how you would do something like that. And I created all of these little pieces, writing composition notebooks and arranging them. That's creating a vector. That's creating an SVG file. The template for this, I'm able to save that and share that as a vector file in SVG. Everything within here is an SVG. Now, if you are an artist and you can kind of visualize making your own little cute little owl, this is something that you can make. It's all shapes. So one of the things that I teach my students is identify the shapes. If you want to kind of learn, find something and point out, like pick out the shapes, use those shapes to try and recreate it. A lot of people look at this and they will think that it is drawn like you would normally draw. Take a pen or pencil and you're going to go around the edges and you're going to make the little thing. I'm not sure if those are supposed to be ears or hair. Go around, do this, right? That's how we naturally think to draw. If you had pen and paper in hand, you're going to try and draw this like this. Whereas someone who does things digitally, they realize that things are shapes. So some who are designing, and this is why sometimes you get SVGs, you get files that's like 30,000 pieces. It might be where you start off and you're going to have your oval shape. And you may end up using like your edit points to refine things, but to create the ears, hair, whatever that is, you're going to use additional ovals. So some artists will see the shapes and I'm manually tracing this one, but there are those artists that can just identify the shapes that they want to create, even if they like drew it out originally like themselves, and now they're basically going to vectorize it. I'm going to group that together. I'm going to duplicate that to the other side. Place that, and then now all of these I'm going to weld. So you see how quickly we created, you know, if you're looking at something, if you identify the shapes, even if you don't have it to manually do it on top, you can still visualize those shapes and just make those shapes and arrange them. Like you can be looking at a picture that's printed out in front of you. So I teach my students to identify those shapes. And like, let's say right here, I didn't like the top of the head. This is what I was talking about. You can pull your edit points and you can stretch them. You can pull this out. You can move this edit point to this side and change the shape. This would end up being kind of overkill in something like Photoshop. So you have to know what your intentions are, like what is it that you really want to design so that you can determine which software is going to be best for you. If you just kind of want to layer things, Canva is great because it's going to give you those, like they're pre-made for you. You don't have to scour the internet. You can do a search. Their library of elements is very extensive and you can just type some things out, have that, pull that in, turn it, twist it. Some things you can change the color on, add glows behind it, add text, and that's all you need. Some people will never need to do more than that, and that's okay. But once you want to create your own items, that's when you look into first learning the tools of any software and then learning how to apply them to designs. I've been doing a lot of talking. What do y'all have for me? What questions do you guys have for me? No one said wow. So y'all weren't impressed with my owl? Me making that owl from shapes, that didn't, my owl head, that didn't impress nobody? Oh, okay. Well, I thought I was doing something. I guess y'all felt like, child, that ain't nothing. Look at me. See, I didn't even do it on top of that, but I saw the shapes. Look at the hand I created. Look at that owl hand. It's identifying and seeing the shapes. Oh, I was almost perfect. Shit. I was almost perfect. Oh, that was a good one. That was good, though. That was good. Oh. Dang. Okay, see, there we go. This is all I'm asking for, guys. I need y'all to interact. I can't see you. It's not a live class. I can't hear. If you don't put your reactions in the comments, I don't know if y'all, I really felt like in that moment, I just showed all that for nothing. Like I'm talking to myself because no one was like, oh, that's cool. That's amazing. Wow. Like, give me a nice drawing. Like that was cool. That was interesting. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's all I'm asking. Like y'all got to engage with me. Let me know if this is information that you need. Because if not, I'm like, what I'm coming on here every day teaching y'all for or showing y'all a little something. That's a wow for me. This computer is a little slow. I create for fun and always hear the professor's voice. What is the shape? Y'all, hey, I tell y'all, I love teaching drawing from shapes. I just subscribed to your channel today and just found out that you were doing a live. LOL. I don't know how to draw manually or digitally. I'll watch the replay. So no, that was just kind of a question. Someone asked about wanting to know how to make SVGs. This is a general Q&A. So I'm going to reset the room real quick, just in case you are just coming in. Let me just reset. I learned that phrase from my days on Clubhouse, when they would say, well, let me reset the room. So I'm going to reset the room real quick, just in case. I see a lot of people that says, I just came on. So let's do that. So hello, everyone. If you are just joining, if you just found me today and they gave the notification that I was live, hello, welcome. I like going live. This is where I connect with my community. I do have paid classes. I know that the time frames doesn't work. Sometimes the pricing doesn't work. So I do try to make myself available to come on, ask questions, inspire you guys, show you different things. But most times that is based off of questions that you guys will give, what you guys are giving me, I'm able to give back 10,000, tenfold. So someone over here asked about, they said they want to know what app to make SVG. So I asked a couple of questions, find out what type of SVGs they wanted to make. So this was just a quick little demo of what it means to create an SVG. So this is an open forum. You are more than welcome to ask questions, bring up topics. I'm always looking for different things to teach on because I've been doing this for 20 years. So it's sometimes very hard for me to go back into that beginner mindset and know what it is that you got, what tools you know how to use, what you don't know how to use, that you even know that you can create something yourself from scratch, where it belongs to you and it's, not someone else. So you could go outside, take a picture of a bird, and now you're going to turn that into an SVG. That belongs to you. We're going to turn that into a vector file. That belongs to you. So that's what we're doing here. That was just based off a question. I showed some other things that were vector. And because I was on there, because I always teach in my classes, especially my foundations of designing and my vector class. I did a 7-day vector challenge and I call it challenge, but it was like just teaching how to create vector files from scratch, from manual tracing, from automatic tracing, also taking files and revamping them and editing them and combining things and welding things. That class, 7 of the best days ever. So if you're someone that wants to learn how to create SVGs, create vector files, head over to the website and enroll in that 7-day vector challenge. Right now, all classes are buy one, get one 50% off. Okay. But yeah, Q&A, we have about maybe 10 minutes or so left. So feel free to post your questions, and you can definitely go back and watch the replay of it and just kind of see that progression and the information that was provided on in this live. I am a beginner. I'm ready to learn how to create from your awesomeness. Oh, thank you, Yvette. Start with the 30-day training, guys. I cannot stress that enough. I need you guys to start with the 30-day training. That way, when you get into classes for designing, like that one I just kind of went through. If you don't know where tools are, that probably look like Greek to you. But when you take the 30-day training and you're learning where tools are, what their functions are, why you'll learn why I welded that versus grouping it, why didn't I make it a compound path. That's what you get in the 30-day training. It sets the foundation for learning to design, whether it's putting elements together that are JPEGs and PNGs, if it's creating text-based designs, if it's making your own, combining shapes to create your own SVG. It starts with the 30-day training. go run, don't walk over to the website and enroll in that 30-day training. Essentials to Silhouette Studio, and it'll say learn Silhouette Studio in 30 days. Silhouette for beginners. Everyone needs that. Even if you think that you know it. Oh, I've been doing Silhouette for umpteen years. I am a graduate of YouTube University. I guarantee you no video will ever show you how I teach you Silhouette Studio and how to look at it from a totally different perspective, like totally different light. I love this. I've never seen anyone do this before. Thanks. You are very welcome. So now I see I need to kind of maybe squeeze in a little bit more of how to identify those shapes and create your own images. Okay, so I think we're going to make that one of the next design challenges. I want to learn how to make my own SVGs. 30-day training, 7-day SVG challenge. Go to the website and get those two now. This is good. How do you save when creating and you need to come back? Wait, you need to come back later to complete what? Complete the owl? He's already made. But okay, we'll see. I could probably do that right for the composition notebook. You just scanned, then traced. So for the composition notebook, to get all of those little pieces, I looked on the internet for a picture of a composition notebook that was black and white, and I traced it and I released compound path to get the little speckles, and then I copied, moved things around. I made myself a 12 by 12 box and just filled it in and stuff like that, made some bigger, smaller. So it was a work of love. It's a work of heart with that one. But yeah, essentially I got a black and white composition notebook. I traced it, released compound path to get all of the speckles, and then I rearranged them within a 12 by 12 box. 30-day training is for beginners and advanced users and all in between. I'm telling you, it's amazing. Thank you so much for that, Julianne, for that that live review that it is, and it just kind of confirming that it is for everyone. Yes, the 30-day is a must. So much knowledge is shared. Are the classes self-directed, meaning I can do the training on my time, for example, taking longer than 30 days? Yes. So it was already done. When I first, those who were a part of it when it was live, they were stuck on my time frame, right? And we did those 11 a.m. Monday through Sunday for 30 days straight. That was the hardest 30 days of my life. I'm telling you now, that was the hardest 30 days. Like every single day for 30 days, we did that. And then so when it got towards the end, I was doing 2 sessions a day. So I don't know what I was thinking. So back then it was, you had to do it kind of on my time frame. But now that it's completed, you are able to log into that, look at it whenever you want, if it takes you longer than 30 days. So understand that I took 30 days to teach it. So I broke down every tool and function over the course of 30 days. This is not something that you're going to use for 30 days and then just put it to the wayside and just forget about it. It is meant to be your ultimate reference guide. You will use that 30 days for the next 60 days, 90 days, 365 days, 2 years, 3 years. Like, it is something that you can always go back to and reference, because it is a lot of information to process. So I just taught it over 30 days, but you can take as long as you need. You can go back and practice it. If you want to spend 3 days on one day, one module to make sure that you get that, that is on you. I just broke it down to where I'm teaching a different tool and function every single day. I need to sign up my wife. Let's get it, Tim. I have the first Cameo model. Now I have the Cameo Plus. I learned a lot in the 30-day training class. Ow, dang it. Something bit my foot. Mosquito. All right, let's see over here. All right, so questions. I'm open for questions. What questions do you guys have for me? What is something that you have been wanting to know how to design? Because actually, I've spent all this time on this. So now I'm going to make it very specific. I'm going to come back. This is pretty much what my live videos are going to be about. Going forward is just breaking down the different softwares, what they offer, and what you should invest your time in learning. We over here teach Silhouette Studio and Photoshop. No questions, comments, topics over here on TikTok. Make sure to thank you guys for the 2,000 likes. Let's continue to tap the screen. Hopefully by the time we get off, we can get up to 5,000 likes. Do you have a class for text as design? Yes, we do. We have, well, a lot of my classes are like, so I don't think I've done like a program that was specifically for text, but I will say in Foundations of Designing, we had a whole day that went over text and understanding layout and how to select your fonts, how to identify the type of font based off of the theme, like if it's supposed to be rustic or bold or whimsical, fun, friendly, spooky, scary, cosmic, modern, contemporary. So I go over how to identify that when you're looking at fonts, and then just arranging them and different things that you can do, like mixing caps with lowercase things, mixing script with like different fonts. So in Foundations of Designing, I know the first day is on that one. Text effects isn't necessarily like putting together text and creating different designs, like kind of how I did the professor taught me to be incredible. But text effects will show you how to add effects to it. So how to add shadows, how to add gaps, how to make it look like it's a bubble, how to make it look wet, how to make it look 3D. So text effects will teach you that to amplify your text designs. But as far as just doing text-based ones, I don't think I have. I know my memorial class goes over a lot of text-based concepts because I'm not one that really likes the pictures. My family knows, don't put my face on a shirt when I go. And I'm not big on creating them either. So I do a lot of text-based memorial designs. And so in our memorial class, you see a lot of text-based things. And spacing, arranging, aligning, choosing fonts and stuff like that. So I have a lot of classes that incorporate learning to do more with text. Great question. Thank you for that. Ooh, we're almost at 5,000 likes. Oh, wow. I had a feeling that was going to happen. My sister was worried about getting to the airport on time, and I had a feeling that her flight was not going to leave on time. Like I said, all classes right now are buy one, get one 50% off. Take advantage of that, guys, and get yourself a class or two or four, because it's buy one, get one 50% off. So definitely take advantage of that. And then Essentials to Silhouette Studio is 30% off, I think, right now. Let's see. Or 20%. All right. For those who are watching right now, if you don't have it, what I'm going to do is on this one, I am going to, it's an automatic code. You don't have to do anything. Just put the 30-day training in your cart, go to the checkout, and I just made it where it is 40% off of that particular class. That's only going to be for a limited time. So right now it's 40% off. So you can go over to the website and purchase Essentials to Silhouette Studio, and I just made it 40% off. Just that one class. Now, if you combine it with another one, you won't get because it probably won't give you 50% off the other, because it's going to give you, I think, the highest of the two. So if you want just that one, if you want any other classes, it'll combine it for the buy one, get one 50% off. So you can get 3 classes. You can get Essentials to Silhouette Studio and then choose 2 other classes, and you'll get Essentials to Silhouette Studio for 40% off, and then you'll get the other 2 classes, buy one, get one 50% off. Is the 30-day training class? Yes. Silhouette for Beginners. I just posted the link in there. So yeah. So don't go off of that one. Whatever price you see, that 103 in your cart, it's going to be an additional 40% off. You are a great teacher. I've been watching your videos for a couple of months, and I think I'm in the right place. Definitely thinking of taking your class. Don't think that you're in the right place. Know for a certainty, without a shadow of a doubt, honey, you are in the perfect place to unlock your creativity, to elevate your design game, and learn either Silhouette Studio or Photoshop in certain classes that I have. So know that you are in the right place. And then when it comes to, I don't know which YouTube channel you're watching from. We do have 2. We have Honestly Speaking as well as Silaholics Anonymous. So if you're watching from one, go to the other one and subscribe over there as well. There are times where we do demo videos, like pressing things and making mouse pads, tumblers, things like that. So definitely make sure that you are subscribed to both. Silhouettes Anonymous, unless I'm doing something like this, is where you will find all of the silhouette type trainings. And then Honestly Speaking is for demos and just like general discussions. But right now, because we're in HS Ink month, I am pushing this information on all platforms. But normally Silhouette Studio is where you're going to find new videos, old videos for Silhouette. And Honestly Speaking is pretty much for everything else. Awesome, awesome. Yes, it will be marked down additionally in the cart. So right now, if we go to here, it says 103.65. I'm going to add that to the cart. So it is now 62. You are going to get this class for $62.19. $62.19. If you go and get it right now. That's the cost in cart, $62.19. Now, if you go and you think about it too long, you're going to miss it, okay? And then you're going to get it, buy one, get one 50% off. But right now, you can get this class for $62.19. So y'all can see, $62.19. Through it all, I made it. Hello, how art thou? All right. No other questions? Y'all didn't ask. Thank you for the person that asked a question over on TikTok. Without you, I don't think we would have had content today. We wouldn't have had teaching content. How what? What is how? What is how? How to do what? I can show you how to do a whole lot of things, but you got to tell me what the how is. You have access to the trainings, as Cardi B would say, forever. So you have unlimited access, lifetime access to the trainings. You can watch it whenever you want. You don't lose it. It's not like you have to watch 30 days in 7 days. Nope. You have unlimited access. You can watch. There are people that still watch it. They were in it when it was conducted a year ago, and they still watch the videos till this day. Someone just posted, she sent him an inbox, or she posted in the group where she was showing where she screenshot. She was watching an older video. Even those who were in my my bachelor's, master's, and doctorate program, they go back to those videos. Like, we learned how to make puzzles from scratch. We learned to make Facebook banners in that program. They learned to make like their own word art and like stuff like that. They learned to make banners. They learned to manually trace. Man, so many different things that were taught in the bachelor's, master's, and doctorate program. And there are people that still go back to that as refreshers. My classes are something that you can utilize forever. Yay! See what happens when you catch a live and you don't see it and not click on it, because once I'm off live, that deal is going away. So make sure that you guys go on there and get that for $6. And if you're watching this in the future, that deal will not be available. It is for August 21st, 2023. The current time is 7:16 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So a little bit after I get off from that, that will be gone. So if you're going to the site, it may not be available. The buy one, get one 50% might be available if you're purchasing it in the month of August. We only have a few days left. Y'all only have a few days left of buy one, get one while we are in, honestly speaking, HS Inc. month. And then everything will be back to regular price. But we'll also have new classes that are coming out. How much are my classes? They vary depending on the value of the class. We have some classes as low as $23.65. We have some $33.65. We have some $73.65. We have some that's $300 some odd dollars, $250. Someone purchased our paper. Actually, no, she purchased our ink, and she got the Photoshop Essentials. Photoshop Essentials is $250. All she did was purchase our ink, and she got that class for $150 off. Because right now the other promotion is, and that's one that's continuous, if you buy an Honestly Speaking product, you can get a class for 60% off. But you have to buy our summation paper, summation ink, or pigment ink in order to get that deal. And so she got Essentials to Photoshop for $100. It took off $150. So our classes vary. Right now, there's a promotion where you can get our signature class. It's our number one, our top selling class. It has the most information, like, because it's the basics of Solar Studio, and that's mainly what I teach. Right now, if you go, you get it right now, today, you get it for $62.19, and it's normally $103.65. I could not find the text effects class on my dashboard. I sent an email, but we'll send a follow-up. All classes are great. So the old text effects, the old one is not on your dashboard. That's why I end up doing a new one. The old text effects, that was before we had the, well, actually, no, I think, no, you know what? It might be back over there. But originally, that was where you guys used to download the playbacks. But I have to go and look. When it came to the old one, I think when I send out the emails, like, you have to kind of let me know, because we didn't go through it to look and see everyone that had it. But that one wasn't one where it was originally through the Academy site. That used to be a manual download. Is what's still available? Is what's still available? But I'm going to take a look at your dashboard right now, Michelle. Support your students. Hold on. Oh, your name must be something different on the Academy, because it's not coming up like this. I typed it in just like that. On the Academy, it's not coming up under that name. And I also, if you have any inquiries about it, send it to info@365creativeacademy.com. If you're sending emails to silaholics@gmail.com, I don't check that. So don't send anything there. Yeah, I don't see your name on here. Unless it's under something different, it's not under your name that as it displays here. Yeah, I don't see it there. So definitely email me with your username or your email address that you have, that you are registered on the Academy site, so that I can look that up. Yes, that is still available until the end of the month. Is there a print and cut class? In the event favors one, we did print and cut. I haven't done a print and cut one in a while, because a lot of the people that were watching were like more so wanting like the sublimation stuff or design, and we were more so teaching the software and not necessarily the machine. But I have a lot of print and cut stuff. Like, so it depends on what it is that she's wanting to, because I'm pretty sure it's for your wife. So it depends on what she's wanting to learn. I've done a lot of videos on print and cuts. If I did a class, unless you are going to be physically in that class so that you can do print and cut with me, you will, if you're just a playback, you're going to learn more from probably my YouTube videos than a class. Designing for it is different, and any design class can help you with that. If your struggle is getting your registration marks to line up, no class, I can charge somebody for a class, but no class is really going to help. Like, you have to understand where the issue is coming from. So with that, you watch my videos. If my videos on YouTube and Facebook on YouTube are not getting you where you need to be, you're still having those troubles, at that point, I would recommend booking a one-on-one, because there has to be something specific to your machine and the printer that you are using, because that regular information is just kind of general. And if I do a class, it still may not help you if you're having an issue with your particular machine, because it can be your cutting strip needs to be changed. Sometimes it's your blade and you need to change out your blade. Sometimes it's your mat, you need to change out your mat. So if watching those videos doesn't quite give her the answers for print and cut, then I would recommend booking a one-on-one session. Oh, okay. That's why. But I put in Anderson. Okay, there it is. Let's see. Yeah, that was that was before the what's the name? Let me see. Actually, no, because no, yeah, that was before the what's the name? Before the actual academy site. Let me see. All right, it's on your dashboard. That easy. I checked it on Shopify. I saw it there. Now it's on your dashboard, because I think those were one of the first ones that I did try to move over to the academy site. So now it's there. See, look. She is basic. She's on the computer right now doing artwork with Word. So yeah, I mean, definitely would benefit from the. So when it comes, so here's the thing: if you have her, either you do it because you communicate with me on Facebook. Let me see. If she don't want to do it, you take a picture and let me see what type of artwork she's creating in Word, and I can give better direction to say, okay, for this, you're going to focus on either this day or like this video to accomplish the same thing. Because for some people, they will understand it better. So let's say you already have a design, right? You did it in Canva, you did it in Cricut Design Space, you did it in Word, right? You already know the vision. So it's not like you're sitting there designing from scratch. You already have the vision in your head. Now it's just a matter of figuring out what tools and functions to now recreate that in a different software. I recommend this for any design software that you are looking to learn. Take something that you have already done. You've already created in the program that you were used to, because you know how it's supposed to look. A lot of times when we sit in front of these softwares and we're trying to create from scratch, it's two different battles, right? You don't know the software, but you're also stuck creatively. You don't know what to do. So it's kind of like, okay, I'm gonna give up. I'm just gonna go back to the program that I know, because at least over there, all I have to work on is the creative process. I don't have to work on understanding the software as well. So if you take a design that you've already done, that eliminates the creative process part. You're just going to focus on the tools and functions to now recreate that. That is how I recommend like getting started into designing any software. Once you learn the tools and functions, take something you already have and figure out how to make that exact same thing in the new software. Can I do a class with just Silhouette Basics? What do you mean by just Silhouette Basics? The machine or the program? The best print and cut video for me is when you did an invitation, hands down the best. The invitation, which one was? I don't know. I've done so many of them. I don't know which one that is. Many moons ago. Incredible evening. All right, we're almost at 7:30. I got to go take my son to Walmart to get more school supplies. I wish these teachers would have put these things on the website when ish was tax-free and stuff wasn't picked over in the stores. Although his highlighters, Hunty, I'm about to go to Dollar Tree before I get home. I'm going to go get those because his teacher wants 5 different colors of highlighters. Baby, at this point, highlighters is highlighters. So I'm getting those from the Dollar Tree. But he got all these books that he needs and 2-inch 3-ring binders and specific colors. And I got to go get him. Well, I'll get that one beforehand. He's in art now. He is his mother's child. So we have to go get him a sketchbook, which he has a bunch of them, but it's not the official one for school. My kid has sketchbooks. He draws like his mama. So actually, no, right? So she says, you must be an educator by trade. You know how to break stuff down. I love it. I'm really not, but I'm always asked, why didn't I go into education? I will say, my husband's going to kill me for this, but I had an ex-boyfriend who was in college to be a teacher, and I did most of his work. So I feel like and I used to come up with like creative things when they had to do like assignments to teach the kids. I always used to come up with creative ways to teach different things. I understand that everyone learns differently, which is why my kids like for me to help them with homework, because I break it down to them where they're going to understand. Like when my son gets stuck, I'll use game references, or I'll use basketball or football references. Zaini Mani is more like it has to be super, super, super. It has to be a competition. So with him, it's I can finish. So I learned to adapt. I'm really great at that. That is just a God-given talent where I can adapt to what you need in order to retain the information. But I get asked that all the time. Why am I not a teacher? When I was active at the school, when MJ was in pre-K, they all said that, why aren't you a teacher? Because look here, I like to teach folk. What I cannot do is go back to anyone's learning institute. I went to the Air Force out of high school for a reason. I am as nerdy as they come. I love school, but I love learning. I love information, but I did not want to go through the structure of college. I took my behind to the Air Force. What's more structured than the military? But it was just something about it to where just going back to college just isn't for me. Maybe because professors, damn it, I just realized I call myself the professor. Professors don't like to be challenged. And in school, I was definitely that student that will challenge a teacher on some bullshit that they were teaching, because I normally read ahead, or I did stuff like I used to read encyclopedias for fun. So when they would say stuff, it's like, that's not quite right. Them folk would have probably had my behind in college doing that. So I was like, yeah, we can't do that. I tried it in the military. It worked for me. They learned to stop calling on Airman Lavelle because she's not going to waver. I may look like I wasn't paying attention when we were in class and I was damn near asleep because I had to stand up, but trust and believe I knew all the information. So when they used to call me to the pit, tell that stuff, get back to them. Okay, whatever. We can't rattle her. We can't punish her. Girl, go eat. So I used to challenge my TIs as well. I don't know why I thought that it would be better to challenge people in the military and basic training and in tech school instead of going to somebody college. But I don't know. That's just how my brain worked at the time. So I'm just not going back to be anyone's educator. But my skills, my God-given skills definitely helps with being able to help adults understand these things. My boyfriend is a teacher and I love helping him with his lesson plans. Yeah, I used to create lesson plans for my ex all the time. I was in high school then though. I was in high school with me a little college boyfriend, you know. Let's see. I had my silhouette since last Christmas. Just purchased your class. Awesome. Alrighty, I brought it. Thanks. I'll let you know how she does. I'm a higher ed educator. Some people are gifted as teaching. And I tell people that all the time, teaching is not for everyone. Just because you are a crafter and you've been able to kind of master something or figure something out yourself, don't think that you can automatically go into teaching it, because showing someone to do something and teaching it are two different things, two totally different things. I ordered the class. Thank you. You are very welcome. Thank you, Shoni. Is it Shoni or Shawnee? I have a good friend named Shawnee, but hers has IE. So I'm pretty sure it's Shawnee because you have a Y. That's true. Some professors don't like to be challenged. I'm not one of them. Yeah, and I would have probably challenged them folks every day of class. So especially on historical, I liked history. My son, let me tell y'all, 7th grade is going to be the greatest for me with my kid. He has civics. He has physical science, one of the best science. Next to biology, physical science is the best. I mean, chemistry was cool too, but biology and physical science, the absolute best. So my son has physical science this year. He has algebra 1. Oh my God. Sunday was the greatest. I can't believe I actually remembered all that stuff. So being like, you know, I mean, the basic math, it's cool, but it's like not the stuff that challenges you. And I can't wait for him to get to high school. I did like trig and calculus. So right now I just have to live, you know, just enjoy the fact that we are in algebra. I hated statistics, but I like trig and calculus, but I hated statistics, which now in hindsight, statistics is like what my whole world is about. Like, it's just crazy. But I'm like living for this right now because he has 3 of my favorite subjects right now: physical science, algebra 1, and civics. OMG. This is going to be the best year ever. Best year ever. I just finished the Switch Up Part 1. Thoroughly enjoyed the course. Obviously, still have to practice. Okay, continue to practice. Let's see. Well, see, I told you, don't think. Know that you are in the right place. Nothing is ever off subject here because I will bounce back and forth a million times. So if it's a general Q&A, never off subject. But if I'm on and I'm teaching about something specific, then I won't answer it. I have a converted Epson Workforce 7720 and having issues. Do you do one-on-one troubleshooting for printers? I've tried everything. Yes, we can. You can, I'm not sure if you've tried our push air method. If you kind of let us know, if you post it in the group, I'm not sure if you're on Facebook because you're right now commenting on YouTube. If you join our Honestly Speaking Facebook group and you kind of give us some details there, myself and others can probably work you through figuring out some things out, because I would hate to try, you know, for you to book a one-on-one session. And if your printer just like we may come to the conclusion that your print head is just gone, or the motherboard or something is just wrong with it. Like I'm experiencing that with my 7210. So I don't want you to feel like, okay, I paid for that and there's nothing that we can do, because we can go through all the troubleshooting steps and you just may not be able to get the printer back working. So if you post it in our group first, we can give you some tips and things to try out, things to print out, to for checks and balances. And if you do all of those, then we can kind of like maybe, I mean, if you still want to do a one-on-one session, we can, to where I'm gonna do it live with you to make sure that you're doing all those steps correctly. But if we go through all of them and it just doesn't work out, then it just does, it's the printer itself, because they do go bad. I like it now. Back then, I didn't like statistics. But I like it now. Really? You hated calculus, but you love statistics. I was the opposite back then. Trig and calculus were amazing to me. I can't wait till because I kind of went overboard, because I was telling him about graphs and stuff like that. Can't wait until we are buying a graphing calculator and using graph paper. I'm excited for those. Let's see. I ordered and paid for the 30-day class. I have 2 other classes in my cart. Yay! Those are going to be buy one, get one 50% off, which it breaks it down to where they both get 25% off. But yeah. Yes, we started off kind of talking about, like, in the beginning, we did do a little bit of talking about different design softwares. So today was kind of focused on Vector because of a question that we got from TikTok. And I did talk a little bit about, like, with Canva, the benefits of that, Photoshop, some benefits. And then today we talked more so about Silhouette. And we started creating an owl from scratch using shapes. So that's kind of what these live sessions will be about. When I'm saying we're going to discuss design, today we were in Silhouette. Tomorrow we might be in Photoshop. Wednesday we may be in Canva. But if you have a question, post it now, because I'm about to get off, because I got to go back school shopping with MJ, and then also see if he has one. Because I think today is a civics day. I think he has civics on odd days. I know even days are my good days. That's physical science and algebra. But I think civics is on an odd day. So I'm excited to see if he has homework for that. I already have, like, I know the flashcards, it might be outside of what his teacher's going to teach, but because I love that part of it, I already know, like, the flashcards I'm going to create for him to understand the different branches of government. Like, what? And I like his teacher, which I'm going to probably kind of take a little bit from that, because I've never really done a full-on syllabus and I need to do that. But she broke it down that first 9 weeks is this, second 9 weeks. So I'm already kind of prepared. I know for projects, I know projects are going to come. Projects are all me and my son's favorite thing to do. Our science project, we're already planning for that, because we want to go to regionals again. My kid is known for, winning some science fairs. So we're planning for that already. And I'm planning for his civics projects. Cannot wait. Hello, Vanessa. How art thou? My brain is a stats brain. I didn't like math in high school or college. Oh, yeah. I love math anytime. Okay, I want to go back to an older version. Should I just delete the version I'm in? So you have to. You have to go in and uninstall the version that you're in order to go back. So all you do is go to your apps. I have a full video on it. You don't really have, you can back it up if you want to. If you have a lot of things stored locally, you can back it all up. And also, if you have like a lot of things in your recover document, you can, it's a certain way you can back that all up. But if not, you just go to apps. It doesn't delete anything on your computer. Those files will still be there. They just won't show a silhouette symbol. But you just go to apps and you'll go to uninstall. And as soon as you uninstall, just click on the new button to install the 4.3 version or whatever version you want. Because you had the question of not seeing in the replicate and it not being there. I know LaShonda had that issue as well. So you can either go up to like the latest version if you're on a different one, or you can go back down to 4.3. I was waiting on you to let me know if you had a question, because it says Facebook user. I don't see it in the next 2 minutes. We're just going to close out. How do you order? You're going to go over to, you can go to the link in my bio, and you're going to go to, or just go to, I'll put it here. It's, let's see, reply HSINK365.com. I had to write it out, but if you just go there, I'm going to flip this around, flip camera. I'm going to let you guys come here. On the main page, you're going to see the main banner. You're going to see our thumbnails, which you can click on to go to each collection for the old workforce, all eco tanks, and the newer workforce printers. And once you go there, you're going to scroll down. If you want to pre-order rolls, that's available. Right now, it is 40% off at checkout. And no, yeah, it is from the original cost. It is, yeah, it's discounted. And then you scroll down, and then you have Essentials to Silhouette Studio. You can just add that to your cart. Once you add it to your cart, it's automatic over there. It's going to be $62.19 instead of $103.65. Oh, that was you. Okay, that was your question. All right, cool beans. Is there a workaround yet for the print preview pop-up window? What do you mean? What print preview? You mean in Silhouette Studio? Or do you mean, okay, wait, so let's go over here. What print preview? You mean when you, like, if you're in the new version and you go print, see, mine goes straight to print. You can turn off your print preview depending on which version you have. So if you have like one of the earlier 4.4 versions, you cannot turn it off. But in some of the later versions and in 4.5, there is an option to turn off the print preview. But it just depends on the version that you are working with. Any of the newer 4.4, I mean the older 4.4, like the original ones, you can't. But the newer ones, you can turn off the print preview. I don't use it, so I can't like physically show you. But if you go through your preferences, you'll see that where you can turn that off. You can also turn off your PNG trace, auto PNG trace. So for the person that asked me about finishing this, I mean, it's just the 2 circles for the eyes. Oh, I probably could have made them a little bit thicker and a little bit smaller. But hey, this is my owl. So there's that one. There's that. So we have that part. Um, our beak. Oh, actually could have gone up a little bit more on that. Oh man, what happened to my other hand? I could round it off a little bit more. But I just want you to show that like everything I did here, I started with some sort of simple shape. And then it's just I use modify, I use other shapes to subtract and do all of those things and use my edit points. So for the person that asked me to finish drawing it, there you go. Oh, wait, I forgot to detach lines on that. Wrong one. There we go. I think I did the wrong one. There we go. Detach lines. And now we can, there we go. do this for real, y'all. I'm telling y'all, I do this for real. Like I can teach designing. This is what I do. Okay. So that's a little, I just finished that off. Someone asked about me finishing it off. So this is my owl. And then there's him. I mean, I don't like his eyes. I definitely could have made those a little bit thicker. And actually make this part a little bit smaller. I'm just going to give him some big old glasses. Oh, I could have pulled that part down some, but you get the idea. I don't like those glasses, but you get the idea. All right, so let's see. I just made a purchase of 4 of the classes, only seeing 3. I don't see the memorial on the dashboard. So yeah, the memorial one won't be on your dashboard. You should receive an email with that one because that particular one was a part of a bigger series and I opened it up to be a la carte. So with that one, you're going to get an email and that email is going to give you access to all of the playbacks. So that's the only one that technically isn't on the dashboard because it was offered a la carte because that was that was a part of a separate program. How do you turn off the print preview? Okay, so yeah, I can't show you because I don't have that version. I don't have the new version. So I can't show you. I don't have a print preview on mine. Okay, wait, what about the program? I'm not sure what you mean. Oh, I don't know what you mean the program. Okay, hold on. What was your question before? How do you what? I don't know what you mean. I don't see another comment from you for I mean the program. Thanks. I also purchased the class. Hey, just say. All righty. All right, y'all, let me get out of here. I got to go take the little one to finish school supplies. It is now 8 o'clock. I told him I would be home by now. So let me go. Thank you guys so very much for joining me. Hopefully this was helpful for you guys. We did a lot, like we did the SVG and we did a lot within Silhouette Studio. And like, just showing that Silhouette Studio would be a great place if you want to create your own SVGs or your own vector files. You don't have, and you can actually save it. If you get business edition, you can save it directly from Silhouette Studio as an SVG, and you can sell those SVGs to others who have Crickets, who have Caesar machines, who have StarCraft, who just have like regular ones, or they just want to purchase that one to do it, use it for sublimation. If you don't know, with sublimation, there is no specific file format. If you can print it, you can sub it. The file can be an SVG, an EPS, an SVG, an EPS, what is it? What's the embroidery file? Whatever that one is, it can be a PDF, it can be a Word document, it can be a JPEG, it can be a PNG, it can be literally anything. If you can print it, you can sub it. So there's no specific file format that's best for sublimation. So even if somebody wanted to purchase an SVG to change out the colors and then print that out for sublimation, they can. So it's a great program to learn. And even if you don't have the business edition, you can still save as an SVG. You just have to go through more steps, which we do have a video on Silaholics Anonymous on how to save as an SVG for free. So check that out if you're not ready to invest in business edition just yet. Just invest in learning it, whether you actually get the 30-day training or if you just watch our free content. Just invest time into actually learning the software. It can change your life. Okay. So thank you guys so very much. Visit shop.hsink365.com. Until next time, guys, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity. Be incredible. If you were trying to get the 30-day training for 40% off, you have about 10 minutes before I take that discount code away. So as soon as I hit end, go over there. If you want something else, buy that first and then come back for anything else. Because in about 10 minutes, that discount code is going to go away. All right, y'all. Until next time, have a great one. Peace.